So what is insulin resistance? As we started to talk about this, about the diabetes type 2, the root of the problem usually is insulin resistance. What is the insulin resistance? We know that the insulin is reducing the amount of glucose in the bloodstream. How does it do it? It does it by pushing the glucose into the tissues. But in order to push the glucose into the tissues, it needs to activate the receptors on their surface. So it activates some receptors and some transporters. Generally, those transporters are GLUT of different classes that get activated and that pushes the glucose into the cells. However, in case when we have the high levels of the insulin for a long periods of time, this receptor stops responding so effectively. When we would have a lot of glucose for long periods of time, when we eat too much and we do not burn it. So if we have a lot of glucose and we do not burn it down effectively, we have high levels of glucose very frequently for long periods of time. We have a lot of insulin, and after years of such behaviors, we will get insulin resistance. So what does the organism tries to do? The organism tries to remedy it by increasing the levels of the insulin. So we have more and more insulin. So pancreas tries harder and harder to produce enough insulin to reduce the glucose levels, and it makes the receptors on the cells less and less responsive. And of course, the pancreas is unable to increase these levels of insulin indefinitely, and after some time, the problem will arise, and the pancreas would not be unable to cope with it, and the signs and symptoms of diabetes type 2 starts to show up. So this is the idea. And if you would reduce the body weight, if you would reduce and would change the lifestyle, it can help, particularly in case of the early diabetes type 2. In case of the late diabetes type 2, if the changes are generally permanent.